my mum has dementia. It started around 2018, 2019. And the journey I've been on has been when she was an independent woman living in her own bungalow. She is now in a care home and has been since November 2023. So it's been a journey throughout her demise and the progression of Alzheimer's. The toll it's had on my own mental health is something that I never anticipated. If someone told me this would be the journey I would go through, I would never have believed them. I've been up, I've been down. It's only through the support of an amazing workplace and an even more amazing manager that I'm able to tell my story today. My line manager has experience herself, so that I found invaluable. I didn't know it at the time, but because she had that experience, she was able to at least recognize my world and what my world had turned into. I think when people say things in the morning, they say, "Oh, good morning, how are you today?" I always said, "Yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, yep, I'm fine," because I didn't want to tell people the truth. What my manager did, because she could see the symptoms and she noticed that I never took holiday, she noticed that I withdrew from, the team environment and my behavior itself. I would have to duck out of meetings to take a phone call from my mum, so she could see the signs. What she did was she asked me more than once. She'd say, "Really, how are you? No, honestly, how are you? What's going on?" So she took time to kind of tease out of me the truth. And the truth was I wasn't fine. And she gave me a safe space to explain what was actually going on. And I do believe that because of her own empathy and her understanding of the situation, she quite simply gave me the air cover that I needed, and it was unconditional. So it would be a simple conversation of, when you get a phone call, Colin, go and do what you need to do. Don't worry about it. If you have a meeting to attend to, please tell me what the meeting is and I will cover for you. Simple as that. And there was never any question. There was never any need to kind of make up the time, although I would, because I'm someone who, if I take an extra hour, I'll give an extra hour, because that for me, that's the give and take of work. So it was her unconditional support and the recognition of what I'm going through that enabled me to just recognize myself. And she kind of nibbled away at me to take time off and almost insist in the nicest possible way that I start taking time for myself, not time off just waiting for the phone to ring, but take time off. So she just, coached me into returning to who I used to be, because I wasn't like this. But it was her support, unconditional. And I'm a firm believer that although there can be a carer's policy, or companies can have a policy which supports the need for carers to go and do their thing, every dementia is different. It's unique to individual people. And I'm a big believer that just because you've got a policy, if you don't have a manager who knows, it's not just about policy, it's about application of the policy. And sometimes just pushing it to one side and saying, I will do the right thing by you for your certain circumstances. And if it fits the policy, then happy days. If it doesn't fit the policy, then it doesn't matter. I will still support you. And I feel very grateful that I had someone who was able to push the policy to one side and say, you do you, it will all be fine. I worry for people that perhaps have a manager who hides behind a policy, or perhaps says things like, well, you've had your 35 hours now, so you're not allowed any more. Completely, it's a clumsy way of applying a policy. You really need someone who gets it and can just sympathetically ask me, what is it that you need, Colin? What, for your circumstances, what do you need? And I will make that happen and I will cover you for it. knowing that I'll give back, that goodwill.